This is Alex.
Shut up.
And this is Yaman.
Patrick, you haven't done a just proper introduction to yourself.
I don't think I ever
last
have.
time. No, definitely the first time.
It became like pirate. Was this pirate?
Yeah.
And just like a bunch of different.
I at least like it when you slur your words or do a little spin on it. But
Make
when
an
you just
attempt.
totally disrespect the process, it really just rubs my
So
ears the wrong way.
off the top,
Logan
there
Paul.
was no.
Okay.
There was a bit of thing we got from this. I'm certain we didn't read it because she had a prompt for us.
Yeah, I was just
put it
thinking
in the
about.
group
You know, the
chat.
funny thing is, when you're driving forever and you think about everything.
No.
I just remembered that email on my 5-hour road trip back from North Carolina today.
Well, anyway, I feel
So,
bad
yeah.
that we hadn't read it, but
Yeah.
it's from December 26th from Rachel. I'm not going to say last name. And she said, "Hey guys, so I recently discovered the podcast, and I just wanted to say that it's so wonderful, and I love it. It's awesome to know that whenever I'm sad or anxious, I can just turn on Prude Dudes, and I will instantly feel better. Thank you guys so much for being amazing and making me feel genuinely happy. Also, have you guys had any interactions with ghosts, and if so, do you have any rituals to get rid of them? Thanks."
Thank you,
Thank
Rachel.
you so much, Rachel. Also, we'll just talk. We have other shit we want to talk about because I'm angry, but
Start with a
We'll-
light one. Ghosts or
we'll
light?
talk about ghosts later, right?
I mean, we just introduced
We
it. Let's
read the
just talk
thing,
about
so
ghosts.
yeah, we
Let's
might
do
as
it.
well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you have a ghost experience, Patrick? I feel like you definitely would out of everyone here.
What does that mean?
You seem to
You're
be.
a bitch.
Yeah, that's true. You're a little scaredy bitch.
I'm not a scaredy bitch. Oh, I think I've told this maybe. It was actually pretty recently. It was like during the end of the summer. We would get at 3 a.m. every night for like a week or two. We would get a loud knocking noise on the side of the back of my house. So it was as if some really tall person was hammering their fist like 3 or 4 times every night on the back of our house. And it's not the biggest house in the world, so everybody heard it. And one night I woke up and I started looking around the backyard for somebody who was fucking around. And I told my dad, and so now we have security cameras. So yeah, that was really creepy. Especially because you're wondering if it's real. And I was sitting up like late at night, and I heard it the first time, and it woke me up because it was just like an odd noise, and it's never ever like loud at my house. So
Yeah.
that woke me up, and I'm a light sleeper. And I was just like, that was weird. And then I closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep, and then I heard it again. And the part of it that made it creepy was because I knew that there was something behind the noise. It wasn't some mechanical thing. It was like there was obviously intention with that. I don't know if it was some freakish predator outside trying to freak us out, but yeah, that was very weird. I don't know if that qualifies as a ghost story, but definitely spooky.
That's definitely pretty spooky.
Definitely spooky. Yes.
So everyone else in your house was able to hear that, right?
Yeah. I
That's
woke up
crazy.
to it first because I just have a tendency to wake up to any kind of noise.
And you never found out what it was.
No, we did not. I went out every single time I heard it for the next week or so and looked like vehemently. It took me like 30 seconds the one time to get into the backyard after I heard it, and I still didn't. Oh, Yaman's getting a call, but
Very important business call.
yeah, it was just really creepy.
That's insane. That would drive me crazy because that's the kind of thing where I would think it was a dream that kind of seeped over into my waking consciousness. So where that moment where you're kind of confused as to what's real and what isn't, that would terrify me. So I guess
I don't know. It felt worse because for a little bit, I was the only one who woke up to it. And I had to prove that it was real.
yeah, right. That's the
And,
worst. You feel crazy.
I woke my brother up like he was already awake because we all stay up super late, stupid. And I walked into his room like the first time I heard it. It was always like in volleys. And hold on, I'm gonna write down a timestamp so we have to cut out Yaman's conversation with his dad.
Was that too loud? Damn
No,
it.
I didn't hear
it's
anything.
even if you were mouths quiet, we would have heard you. So I just want to make sure no revealing information is taken. I wrote down the timestamp. You're good, but
Sorry about that.
What's your credit card number, Dad? Okay, read it out for me.
And
Are
your
we still
social
telling
security
spooky
number,
stories?
too. Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking
Are
about
we
it
still?
then.
I'm just
Okay.
bitching about mine. What's yours?
I don't have anything like paranormal, ghost, or anything like that. Like I guess one of the scariest things that's happened was, I think it was Memorial Day or something. I was awoken in like the middle of the night. Like everyone in my house was awake for some reason, and I was like, "What's going on?" And there were like cops at my house, and somebody had set up a ladder on the back of our house up to one of the windows in our backyard.
Oh no.
So we woke up to a ladder like propped up against our house.
Was it Tim Allen?
Tim the Toolman Taylor?
Tim the Toolman Taylor, but also
That would have been awesome.
Wait. So there was just a ladder. No one tried to climb it, or no one broke in.
I don't know. Maybe they saw like it was the window to my parents' room. So maybe they saw like the lights turn on. I don't know. I woke up and everything had already happened. Like I was told, like I saw it for myself. I was told like there's a ladder. Like,
was it y'all's ladder, or was this they brought their own?
It was a ladder that's in our neighbor's backyard. That's just like just always there.
So it was your neighbor.
I was the neighbor. Yes, we should have. I don't know why we didn't.
That'll make things awkward.
Did you guys compensate with any kind of like? Did you get a gun? Did you buy a dog?
I don't know if it was because of that, but we have a gun now.
Oh,
maybe it was because of it.
Definitely, probably. That would make me want to buy a gun.
It would make me feel safer.
So, Patrick, after you got the security cameras, you didn't hear anything?
No, it was completely... It was like they knew that it was done for us, I guess. I don't know. But we also got a sign on the front of our house that says no loitering or soliciting.
Interesting.
I don't know if that would stop a robber.
Yeah, it was just a salesman, I'm pretty sure. I think it was just
That's a very, very...
salesman.
That's a salesman I want to kill, so...
I don't think I have anything paranormal or spooky. I just have a few creepy dreams that I kind of misremember and think that they might have happened. For instance,
count at all. Don't tell them.
One time when I was a kid, this most definitely did not happen. But one time I woke up as a kid. I must have been 7 or 8, and I slept with a nightlight in my room because I was afraid of the dark because I was a little wimpy wimp. And the nightlight was pretty shitty and like barely lit the room up. And I woke up one time in the middle of the night and I just saw this silhouette of a woman holding 2 dogs on a leash, but they were completely still and I couldn't make out any details whatsoever. It's not cute at all, y'all. Not cute. When there's a dark silhouette in your room in the middle of the night. And I was just petrified and just didn't move at all under my sheets. And I don't remember what happened after that. I just went back to sleep and never thought about it again. So I'm pretty sure it must have been a dream or something. But that was one of the more surreal experiences I've ever had. As far as rituals go, my room already had religious artifacts in it because my mom liked to put Catholic shit in my room, par for the course for a Catholic family. So I think my room was pretty ghost proof as is, bar that one incident that was probably my own mental projections. So if you're looking to get rid of ghosts, I'd say put a lot of religious stuff in your room or get a gun.
Ghosts, we all know ghosts are atheists and they hate
are.
that stuff.
Well, if anything, it might attract them to you because they might want to tell you how you're wrong and that God's not real.
I fucking hate you.
They start arguing. They just start...
God's not real.
If Noah's Ark had all animals on there, then how did it fit?
Casper, just leave me alone.
It's like Casper, but
is
he's
it weird
bro.
that I've thought that ghosts would not be super creepy but more friendly? Is that a weird thing?
It just depends on what you were exposed to in terms of ghosts, like media.
I mean, I know spooky ghosts, but like
depends what kind of what side of the ghost political spectrum you're on, whether or not you watch mainstream ghost media or the
Fake
real
news.
fringe stuff. Don't let anyone tell you that ghosts are friendly because they are enemies of the state and they must be stopped.
I don't know if it was just that I grew up with a lot of scary movies going on in my house, and oh god, all the fucking books that I read when I was younger, all these Goosebumps, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Goosebumps fucked me up actually.
Goosebumps
It doesn't take much
horrifying.
to freak a kid out.
There was also the TV show.
The TV show
Like as if
fucked
the
me up
book
even
wasn't
more.
scary
show was
enough.
really,
The TV
really
show
bad.
was horrifying
Yeah.
to like 10-year-old Yaman.
Yeah, it was just like I was the most paranoid, terrified kid. I had trouble sleeping constantly. I would go to school having slept like an hour that night and fall asleep during classes. I was just so fucking scared of everything. I had nightmares all the fucking time. I think I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, and my current fixation for terror was Frankenstein, because it still freaks me out to this day. Just human mutilation and then having different body parts from different people stitched into one organism just freaks me the fuck out. and I don't know. There was a song for Halloween we were singing, and Frankenstein was one of the thing, and I think my heart had an attack, and
That's what those are called. Yes.
and I clasped my hands to my ears, and I crouched down in a fetal position, and my muscles just clenched until I couldn't move. And I was just sitting there having a panic attack, and then the teacher got really mad at me, and she started yelling at me. And she was like, "You're overreacting," and my mom had to come get me. I was the most terrified kid in the world. God, I had so many nightmares.
Damn, that's fucking horrible. Well, the good thing is that Frankenstein's a good monster
No, he's not.
to have to deal with, I feel, because he can't be sneaky at all.
Yeah,
He
that's
is-
awful.
It's not the monsters, the scientists, the me.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
7 feet
that's
tall.
True.
And he can't turn invisible or anything. He's just strong and gross looking. But
He's just a built dude that needs to take a shower. Really.
He's just a
Yeah.
built
He's
dude.
all of us after the gym, guys. It's a metaphor.
I hate you so much.
It's a joke. I don't go to the gym.
he could really
Also,
just shoot his hand off or something, probably.
his hand? Why would that disarm him completely?
That's
have you played-
Frankenstein's weak point.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody knows that.
Since all of his body parts are barely
Aim for
hanging
his
on,
hand. It's his weakness.
Frankenstein
It's his
works
kryptonite.
a lot like a Dead Space monster in that you don't shoot for the head. You
legs.
want to remove all the limbs first.
God, I hate that game too.
You hate Dead Space?
I couldn't
I
play
hate
it.
Dead Space as well. I'm sorry.
Dead Space is so good. It's one of the best
No,
horror
it's
games
not.
ever. What?
It's really
yes, it
not.
is.
It
by
exists.
a lot.
No, it's
It's the
definitely
most
up there.
overhyped series in the universe. The
Not
dumbest
really.
fucking story I've ever heard of in my entire life. It's like satanist the organisms that attack the space stations. It's just like, I've seen this in movies like 100 times, and they did it way better than this. So stupid.
Games typically
Doom.
have dumb stories.
Doom. It's Doom, but more edgy and sad.
I thought, I don't know. It was scary. Dead Space 1 and 2 are good. Dead Space
was
3 is
scary.
not good.
It was scary, yeah, but that's not what I want.
It wasn't a horror game. It was.
It was jump scares, and jump scares are
Yeah.
not scary. They just
Nah,
frighten
there was a lot
you.
of good atmospheric stuff in there too, I'd say.
I would
Horror
put
stuff.
Layers of Fear over Dead Space any day.
Oh my
What is
Even
god.
though
Layer-
they're completely,
what is Layers
completely
of
different.
Fear?
Layers of Fear is about a painter.
It's a horror game, and it's like a psychological horror game.
And you paint.
You
Layers.
don't you are a kid. You are the child of a husband You are the
I've
child
always
of a
wanted to
guy
be the
who.
child of a husband.
God damn
That's
it.
a weak
Your-
joke to
your
make when
dad's a
somebody trips
painter.
over words.
Thanks,
He's a
Patrick.
painter, and he's like really abusive, and like he hates everything, and like his work is never good enough, and like you're a child, like living through all that, and like it's very what's that the game with all the hallways and the doors, and it like the game changes and like
Oh,
PT?
Amnesia?
Outlast?
Oh, PT. I think you're
PT.
thinking PT, but that game never came out.
It never came out. Yeah, but that's like you'll walk through a door and then you'll go forward and there's only one door in front of you. You open it, you try to open it, it's locked, and you turn around and now it's a brick wall behind you. There's no door, and you turn back around to that first door that was
was a lot
locked,
of
and it's
that,
also
yeah.
a brick door, and then you turn around again and there's something there that scares the shit out of you. So it was like a very psychological game, and I would put that over Dead Space any day. 10 out of 10. IGN.
I mean, that's
Did-
You
fair.
heard it here, folks.
I still have PT on my PlayStation 4, I'm pretty sure. That game fucked me up. I couldn't finish it. I stopped after
Well,
like
you
6 or 7
You should play
hallways.
Layers of Fear. You should definitely.
I'd
It's
probably-
it's a very similar concept.
I probably see the thing is I can't have a game be too scary because then I won't finish it. That's what happened to me when I tried to play Alien Isolation. It was great.
That's
I
not
had a
that
lot of fun.
scary.
Dude,
is
I was
not that
so
scary at all.
insanely stressed all the time by that game. I was terrified of
You
being
know,
hunted by just about everything, and I was like, I
That
can't do this
game
anymore.
did the my favorite kind of technology, like high technology, is the kind that looks like an 80s calculator, just like really chunky, big, stupid, blocky stuff that was
Yeah.
in those Alien movies, and they nailed that in the game. They got like these big, stupid, like Vault Tech, like bracers. It's like everything looks exactly like it did. And I don't know. They nailed the atmosphere for that. I didn't think they made it scary though. It was not that scary.
I was very scared the whole time. It's a tension thing. There's a word for the aesthetic you're describing, though. I don't remember what it is. It's like
Thriller?
No, it's like retro future or something. I'm talking specifically about like the
Oh, the
art
blocky.
design and
Star
stuff.
Wars
Okay.
does it well.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's like that 70s, 80s vision of the future.
Blade Runner.
Yeah,
The new Blade Runner did that pretty well too.
yeah. Well, they were
His
just
car
they
specifically.
were going off of the original aesthetic. I feel any futuristic depiction of the obviously of the future now is going to be a lot more clean cut.
Yeah, I don't like
which-
that at all.
I think it's fine and probably makes a little bit more sense. Because
it does not. Are you saying that people just became the most cleanly human beings ever? Just
not clean. I'm saying the technology looks like sleeker. I don't think they're gonna still use CRTs in the fucking like 2100s.
I was just talking about like a porcelain clean, beautiful world as opposed to one that looks.
I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking something like Mass Effect. I think could kind of be like a realistic aesthetic.
It's another game that fucking sucks.
It's bad.
Alex,
you guys have the worst fucking opinions. Go on any fucking Reddit thread and you guys will get torn to shreds.
Okay, ooh, I don't know. Little babies are gonna be
you guys
mad
are
at
just
me on
acting
Reddit.
like this is like a consensus thing though. But like Mass Effect and Dead Space are some of the most loved games of the last generation. So
why?
Because they are landmark achievements for their specific genres, and they're just
sounds like a real fun reason to like a game.
And the game, it's fun.
They're an achievement. What does that mean?
It's an achievement because it's fun. It's fucking good, yo.
Patrick, they're the only games that are ever fun ever.
Yeah.
They got the fun achievement. They have that prize.
I unlocked my achievement and it was fun.
You know a game that does tension and fear well that isn't a horror game?
Twilight the game?
No, you're probably going to say something dumb.
PUBG.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, oh, are you guys playing PUBG now?
I've been watching a lot of it, yeah.
I am. I've been playing that
on stream as well.
We won 2 games. We won 2 games the other day.
Congratulations.
Almost back to back. Not exactly though.
Yeah. PUBG was always a lot of fun.
It's just like I don't know, because you start out with nothing and then it feels like if the Hunger Games was interesting and fun to watch, it would be PUBG. It was just like,
that's a good point.
I don't know, dropped in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. You're constantly wondering when you get to an interaction. Like I really like those, those ugly, like Rust and I don't know, another example, DayZ, like all those games that are just like open world, and it comes to interaction between players. It's just like you rob somebody or something like that. It just feels so visceral and real. It's just like, oh shit, he's got a gun. It's like I don't trust this.
It's real in that you feel the mortality. You don't, like in other shooters, you're just like, I'm gonna go in and get to kill, bang bang. But like in PUBG, you're like, should I really engage or should I just let him drive by?
Because I've taken 30 minutes to get here.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I'm like 35 minutes into this game. I have a good chance of winning. Do I take the risk to try to eliminate this person, or do I just kind of let them be and hope somebody else takes them out, or they take other people out? It's like,
it's the most gripping hide and seek ever.
In what other game do you like pass up a chance to like shoot something, like another shooter where you're like, I'm just gonna stay back and let them go, and it's like, that's unique. Because
in other games, there's no consequences for shooting somebody other than possibly getting shot too. Well, whereas with PUBG, it's just like I said, it takes me 30 minutes to get to this point, and if I
it's an
die,
experience.
then
it's an experience.
That's
the whole
it.
Thing. It's like the dropping out of the plane, the early looting, the like, hey, we've made it kind of far, and the like, wow, we're at the end game. We're within the last like 10, 15 people
and then
alive.
It's like, just constant rising
crazy.
Of like, what was that one game that it's just sort of like that running game where you get super far, and as you get further, you get worse. It's just like, I'm really scared. Like the tension becomes more and more because you've gone this far and you don't want to lose what you've got. I don't know. It's just like that rising tension that you get, even if you're not even focused on it. You're just like really worried.
Yeah, I had a moment like the other day where my heart was racing because it was
does that. You get sweaty
towards the end. You get hands get sweaty, palms sweaty, knees weak,
spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Not doing this again.
We've never done this.
Yeah. We literally did it last week.
You did it last week. Yeah, you both went for the joke. I think you and I just both. Yeah, it was you and Alex both. I said something and you both went for it.
Do you listen to them post?
Yes, I edit them.
Not you.
I do listen to them. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the one that I missed, and you were like, "Don't worry, Yama doesn't listen to these, so let's talk about him for a little bit." That was a good one.
It was a joke because maybe even if he does or he doesn't,
that was a good one.
Even if he does listen to this, he's gonna be upset because he got mentioned.
The thing about PUBG that I have a hard time with, besides the fact that it runs like dog trash, is
not
that
on my console.
It definitely does.
It doesn't. It hasn't crashed for me. I do have frame rate issues every now and then.
Frame rate issues is it
fairly fast?
Running like dog trash.
Yeah. Well.
Why do you have to make it all about like mine's better? Why can't you just have fun?
Because it's
not you, Alex.
Okay.
I'm not saying that at all.
Yes, you are. You just said it's like, oh, because your game's a piece of shit, is it? Because you can't run on your Xbox.
It
That
runs
is not
fine.
PC
I'm
race.
I
It
literally
runs
was not
fine.
even going there whatsoever. I was saying it runs like garbage on anything, which is one of my issues with the game.
I feel like people are too picky.
I mean, I've
That sounds
been
like
willing to
bullshit
deal
to
with
me.
it for the most part, and I enjoy it. But even then, when you're in the game, it feels a little janky to me. It doesn't feel as smooth as maybe something like a Fortnite. Fortnite feels very smooth, but perhaps isn't as fun. I think it's more of a pick your poison scenario because Fortnite also has the base building mechanics and things like that, and is a little more cartoony.
It's
PUBG,
simpler.
yeah, and PUBG is a lot more realistic.
It's realistic. Yeah.
But there's trade-offs really either way you go. Fortnite's also free, so it's super easy to get into if you just want to like.
we got into so many of the genre, the games of the same genre,
Battle
like
Royale.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Before Fortnite, we played the culling for a while, all in anticipation of PUBG. But yeah,
Is the culling the one when you have to get
it's called Funk.
funk? Yeah, I was gonna say jazz. I was like,
No, you gotta get
Wait,
groovy.
wait. How does
You
that?
gotta-
get rude.
How does that work? I've never played the culling.
It's currency,
so-
I think, right?
Yeah, so you can find these things called recyclers, and you can recycle items you don't need. Like hurting people gets you funk, killing people gets you funk. You can also find funk just anywhere.
Why is it called
and then
funk?
You can, I don't. It stands for something. It's
Okay.
like FUNC.
Fuck you,
It
North
stands-
Korea.
No, it's C. Northern Canada. It stands for
they're gonna bomb
something.
us now.
Whatever. Yeah. But so you can choose the airdrop you want before you start a game, and there's like different levels. Like some that like what cost 100 funk, some 150. I think 200 you can get like a gun or like a level 3 item or something like that. But so if you get enough funk, you call in your airdrop, and then you have like a really good item.
I would just like to
it was
play
unique in
that
its own way.
just for the fact that I can say to my team, "Yo, I've got enough funk. I'm about to
Yeah.
drop the load."
Yeah.
That's good. I've been playing. We talked about this a little bit in the group chat, but I didn't update you guys on my progress with The Witcher 3.
How do you like it?
It's amazing.
Yep.
I really love it. I don't know why this time it clicked with me.
You almost got GTA 5.
Yeah,
Almost.
I'm
That
really
was
glad
close.
I did.
What a
That was
fucking
Dodged a
such
bullet.
close
mistake.
call that was.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
I had the
this
same
time-
experience. Like, I
Yeah.
played it the first time, and I was like, this is really complicated, and it looks kind of impenetrable. And
Yeah.
then I left it, and then I came back after I ran out of things to do, and it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I still haven't tried it.
You probably would hate it for no reason
To be
because
completely
you're
honest.
who you are.
No. I think I have reasons to not like it, but if I try it, I could prove myself wrong. If
Do
that
you
makes
like
sense.
the RPG aspects of games, like dialogue stuff?
Yes, but I don't like. What is it? I don't. It's like. It looks a lot like Dark Souls.
It doesn't play
No?
like Dark Souls.
Not at all.
I mean, the combat is more difficult and complicated, which was my issue with it the first time I tried to play it. But now that I've got my head around it, it's not that hard actually.
I don't
you
know
just kind of
what it
can
was.
stick to one strategy, and what kind of works for the most part.
I guess because I was so like used to Skyrim and like these really simple combat.
Yeah, right.
for
Yeah, that's
melee
exactly.
stuff. And then I got to it, and there was like one little piece of complication. I was just like, this whole thing is just like Maze Runner. I don't understand
Yeah.
any of this. I don't know. What do you mean?
Maybe
I'm not
I'm
a
wrong,
computer.
It to me, it looks like it's like dash left to avoid an attack, and then slash dash right to avoid an attack slash.
It's not just about the basic mechanics. It's also that you've got elixirs that apply to your swords. Potions that take forever to craft. Like just different, and also your swords break constantly because they're take damage. They have to repair them, and also you have two different swords, one for monsters, one for people.
Maybe
you
I
have
don't like
crossbow,
that aspect. Then
bombs.
It's the same reason I haven't played Assassin's Creed, the new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, when I tried to
didn't-
play
The
The
drop
Witcher,
off for that is crazy.
the what?
The drop off for the new Assassin's Creed was crazy. People haven't been talking about that at all. It's been like 2
I know.
months.
That's
It got
true.
incredible ratings, and I was like, this game isn't gonna do
I'm
well.
hearing a
and
lot
I
of
think
good
it's a little
buzz.
over. Yeah, it got great ratings, but I'd like to look at the numbers. I'd like to look at how
Video
many
Game
people are
Donkey
still
nailed
playing
it
it.
on the head for me about things I don't like about Assassin's Creed.
I
What was
mean,
that?
apparently this was like the greatest Assassin's Creed in years.
It
and
looked
just
nice.
didn't. I mean, it looked gorgeous. Gameplay wise, meh.
I also like that time period of the different weapons and armors you can get. You can get the crescent sword with a little thing on here. Yeah, I like those. I don't know if that's should be the reason I buy a game, but yeah,
go for it. I think part of the reason I love The Witcher 3 so much, besides the amazing story and things like that, but
please
it's
don't
just
say
so
something weird.
Goddamn pretty. What the hell did you think I was gonna say?
Like all the sexy
The
women or
horses
something.
are thick
I love all
as
the
fuck,
hot
dude.
magic witches.
There's a part of the
wizards.
game. Can I? It's not a spoiler. Can I say one thing about the game that I really didn't
sure.
expect?
I mean, I know there's nudity
There's
and
this
stuff. 'cause
there's
The
a
Witcher
sex
2
scene
had that
where
stuff.
the main witch lady, can't remember her name.
Yennefer.
Svetlana. Amber?
Yennefer.
Yennefer. I thought you said Amber. I was like, nope. And Yennefer summons a unicorn. And,
Oh, I've seen screenshots of that.
and Geralt and Yennefer fuck on a unicorn, and it was really funny.
Hello. I'm gonna keep playing tonight just to get to that scene.
It's pretty great. No, it's actually pretty deep in the game. After you get to the Viking place.
Okay, I just finished the
game's
Bloody Baron.
huge.
Yeah,
Bloody
the game
Baron.
is massive.
What did you do? Did you try to kill the little thing?
Nah, I've resurrected it as a
Yeah.
nice spirit.
That's what you got to do. If you
found
try
out
to
what
kill it,
happened.
you won't kill it. You'll get killed. Is what you'll get. It's the worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
So annoying. But I am actively trying to be a nice guy Witcher, nice guy fedora and everything, because everyone in the world thinks Witchers are assholes, and they're like, oh, you won't do shit if I don't pay you, right? And I'm just like, no, actually, I want to see this community thrive and improve, so I'm going to go kill this monster for you for free. And they're like, oh, shit, I always knew Witchers were nice guys. I'm like,
Yeah,
bitch,
even
shut the fuck up. You literally
sometimes,
just
though-
insulted me the sentence before.
Sometimes though, people will treat you like shit even after you do something for them. The bounty will be like, oh, go kill this ant or whatever. It's just been causing harm to our
An ant?
an ant.
Big ant problem.
Why are you saying ant like that?
Shut up. And you go and kill the thing, and you come back, and the mayor of the town will be just like, thank you for that, Mr. Witcher. Now get lost before I have my men flog you, or something like that. And then it's just like, I risked my life. Surely there's some reward for that. And it's just like, if you don't want a few lashings, you'll get out right now. And it's just like, if you take one step closer, and it becomes combat, and you kill them and load their corpses. It's like, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want to kill these people.
Same.
Hey, loot is loot.
That's true.
I was just about to bring that up. I've been in a bunch of situations where people start being aggressive towards me, like drunk people in a tavern, or
I'll kill those people so
other
quickly.
people.
I don't have any remorse for those idiots. People
first
sassing
time-
me.
the first time I always try to avoid it. Then the first time I avoided it, I went outside the bar and they were waiting for me, and they started a fight with me. I was like, well, there I go killing again.
It's such a stupid thing to do. I want to reach into the game and tell them this is like, I'm a god, and if you kill me, I'll be back in reverse time, and then I'll eventually kill you. There's no way to win.
Like, I don't understand
fool.
why people are so hateful towards Witchers. Like, I get that, but I would be more afraid
You want to know the story of
than
everything?
hateful. I know the story, but I just think you have to be extremely dumb to start a fight with a Witcher. If I saw a Witcher walking into a bar, I would try to like leave immediately. I
It's
just
also because they're
not gonna fuck with
mutants,
this.
so there's a lot of, and there's also the reason that they were made mutants is witchcraft and that is usually the source of most people's problems because of like ghosts and monsters and stuff. So they sort of attach that Witcher thing, even though they're combating monsters, to monsters, so they can treat them like shit.
super shitty.
Yeah.
Pretty good undertones for racism and class disparity and whatever the hell, but no.
There's also
Which
a lot
is
of
awesome.
race disputes with the different races. Like elves get like beat the shit out of all the time.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing in The Witcher 2. I played that on the Xbox 360. The Scoia'tael or whatever. Those are the elves you could side with in that game.
The card
And they're
game in this game is fucking awesome. I love this game.
Oh, the card game?
Gwent.
Yeah,
It needs to come to iOS. I swear to God, I'm so.
It is.
waiting.
Are they doing a standalone game?
It's on like
They already did.
It's like a standalone game for like PC and like Xbox, but I can't find it on iOS.
Oh, that's weird. I figured it would have been. I think it's still technically in beta, maybe.
Maybe I'll look it up right now and find it. But
Yeah, but no, I understand Gwent now a little bit. I'm still not a huge fan of it, especially because
The
I'm
regular
afraid
game
if
is fun.
if I do become a big fan of Gwent, I feel like I'm just gonna waste a lot of my time.
well, for me, after I just sort of wiped the entire game clean of everything that I could do besides it, I just went through all the missions for Gwent, and it's just like another game inside. It's a lot of
That's
fun.
so crazy.
There's
Like I
Gwent, the Witcher stickers, Hearthstone. No, it's not on there.
I played a shit ton of Hearthstone back in the day, but that game is fucking ridiculous now. But yeah, no, The Witcher's insanely large. I even got the DLC with my purchase, so I have that to look forward to.
Oh, there's a really good mission where you have to fight another Witcher.
Oh shit, that'll be dope. Although that's the plot of The Witcher 2, basically. You have to hunt down another Witcher, but regardless.
It's the School of the Cat mission.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I need to do more side quests because I'm sure there's a lot of interesting stuff I'm missing. I'm surprised how much like care is put into the side quests, like fully voice acted, like whole sections of the map are dedicated to side quests.
His voice actor must be fucking tired. He's been doing this shit for years.
That dude has an incredible voice. Like Geralt's just such a totally nailed that performance.
My throat would hurt at some point.
Yeah, or maybe he just sounds like that because he's been smoking for 30 years or something.
Smoking crack inside of a mine shaft under a chimney.
Precisely. That's a good way to describe it. All right. Should we talk about the hot topic of the day?
We're not going to do the here's what you missed thing because there's nobody who doesn't know what.
Yeah, I know. Let's just get reactions going.
I'm not aiming that at you, Pena. I'm just saying we're not going to inform you guys.
Shots fired.
I feel like there were definitely some
shots fired.
It's a bunch of salt towards Pena for trying to keep everybody informed. If you didn't know,
it's literally my goddamn
Logan Paul's
job.
a fucking idiot. Do you guys think that he's a fucking monster, or was this all an accident?
Yeah.
You know, I think Logan Paul is actually a
month?
pretty stand-up guy, bringing awareness to real mental issues that people go through.
Dude, he blurred his face, dude. What are you so mad about?
Did you guys watch the entire Lively video?
I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched
That's the only
part
place that's
where he
hosting
showed
it
the
that I
body.
found.
No,
I found a bunch of different YouTube videos that reposted it.
Yeah, and I don't want to watch some dude comment over it because that's even grosser to me.
I didn't. No, it was just like they literally copied the vlog over.
Imagine someone doing a commentary over that Logan Paul video.
And
like that's so fucking stupid.
What are you doing? It's so brain dead. Your whole thing is just like, I'm outraged at this person, but then you create a thumbnail that's almost similar to the one he made.
Yeah, exactly.
And the title of the video is Logan Paul Dead Body Reaction Video. It's like, that's the most. How do you not get a sick feeling doing that? You have no empathy and no sense of, feeling for these people. It's just like, I hate people so much.
It's like when Logan Paul used the dead person in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And then once the video starts, it says warning, you're gonna see a dead person, but that you see that warning after you've clicked on the video.
It's fucking dumb. Remember when the Fine Bros tried to copyright React and like make that their own thing? Imagine if they did a stupid React video to this and like put a bunch of kids and like teens or like grandparents.
Give it 3 weeks. I swear to God, the human race is so completely desensitized. They don't give a shit anymore. People do not care anymore. They don't at all. It's amazing how quickly we're forgetting about this.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is some video out there, but yeah, what Logan Paul did, obviously, I think is an idiot. He's an asshole. Not to mention, another video came out yesterday, I believe, of him running around Japan, being even more racist and disrespectful. He was like running around in like a kimono or whatever and just fucking with people,
throwing
and
Pokeballs at people minding their business.
Yeah, just such a
throwing Pokeballs at random people
and doing this thing.
Yeah.
And then when he was trying to sell,
to be ninja or whatever.
He broke the Nintendo.
He takes the Game Boy and he buys it. He walks outside, smashes it, and goes back in. And he's like, "Hey, why'd you give me a broken Game Boy?"
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
ProZD put it well when he said, "A pile of walking human garbage."
Yeah, it's so frustrating because YouTube isn't going to do shit.
No, they're not.
They're not going to lift a finger because
it's a
the Pauls are their golden boys. He is in 2 of their YouTube Red series, which the fact that there are YouTube Red series is fucking ridiculous, and they're probably all trash, but
they are. Most of the YouTube Reds, everything about it is really boring and stupid, and none of it is worth the money. I've never seen any that are. I'm sure our YouTube channel is going to get destroyed for this. But I have never seen one that's worth it. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2.
Isn't there some Rooster Teeth stuff that's YouTube Red?
Are we affiliated with Rooster Teeth?
They don't need to do YouTube. They have their own like subscription service.
They have RT First.
any exclusive content would go on their website rather than YouTube
Which
Red,
is
because I'm
much
sure
smarter.
they just cut out the middleman.
But like, I'm still 90% sure like Laser Team 2 is a YouTube Red thing.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So was the first Laser Team.
Oh,
But it was also out
In theaters
in
before that.
theaters as well.
I'm pretty sure it was out before YouTube Red was announced.
yeah. Laser Team came before YouTube Red, I'm pretty sure. But regardless, Logan Paul, what an asshole. I'm so tired.
Boogie, or Boogie 27988, whatever. The big heavy dude who does like the, like neckbeard reacting childishly to just do some stupid video. Those are really funny. He did a really, really, really down to earth, like genuine. He said it was like an open letter to Logan Paul, and he just explained.
I didn't click on it, but I saw that thumbnail. Yeah,
it was amazing because he was talking to him like it was a 5-year-old. It was so
As you must.
funny, and
as you must when it comes to these.
and then he says like, Logan, I'm not sure if you're a sociopath, but all these people coming out and saying that you have no ability to feel human emotions, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. I just know that you missed the mark on this one. So I'm going to talk to you, just for pity's sake, like a sociopath. You know, if you continue to make videos like this, your fans will kill themselves. There's a great chance that they will. And then you will lose your fan base, and you will no longer make money. If that makes sense to you as a sociopath. And it was just like, what the fuck? That's like so dark. And I kind of like that because he was just talking down to him in a way.
Well, that's how you have to get him to understand. That was like his apology thing that he wrote on his phone's notepad. It was like, I don't need views. I didn't do it for views. I get views. I have like a billion subscribers.
Yeah,
I don't need views. I didn't do it for views. I get views all the time.
And he made it about him, how he's like a big victim. Who was like, I've been feeling so sad about it. I'm going to take a break. No vlog for today, guys.
Yeah. God, I hate it.
Fuck that bitch. I don't fucking care.
His teary-eyed apology on YouTube just made me even more mad.
Tom Harlock had a really funny recreation of that. He said, Logan Paul's apology except with good acting, and it was really fucking funny.
God, Raina Scully's video was also really good.
Didn't a bunch of people attack her in racist ways?
Yeah, a lot of people really went in on
What were
her,
they saying?
like,
What kind of thing?
racist shit. Like, I don't want to repeat it, but just like racial slurs for Asian people. Other people saying like she was like just calling her like a dumb like Chinese idiot or something, which
cashing in on the attention of the situation.
Some guy was like, "Shut up, go back to China" or something. The video was savage, low gang for life.
Yeah,
and I was like, "How are you real?
How do these people exist?"
That's a lot of that. When you look at the replies to any angry tweet at Logan Paul, anyone that goes, "That was wrong, you shouldn't have done it," there's like 100 people replying going, "But he blurred the face, but he brought awareness to the, but he did this, but he did."
It's
like,
a ridiculous amount of people who are trying to be controversial.
What is wrong with you? It was like almost as horrifying as the video itself, were the people defending it.
That's what scares me the most. Yeah, what scares me the most is the audience reaction, and that he won't be hurt from this whatsoever.
The thing was, he didn't monetize it. So that shows the forethought that he knew it wouldn't get monetized. So he knew that there was something wrong. But he has editors. He has people working around him. In his apology paragraph that he put out in 6 minutes, he wrote that I have great friends, or I have great people working around me, or something like that. And you're shifting the blame to them as if that would make it okay. He's like, even more people said this was okay. That makes it worse. You had so many stages down the line, and nobody ever said this is a really stupid idea. You're such an idiot. Pretending that you were oblivious to the nature of this is so fucking vile because it's so obvious. There's no way that you couldn't tell this was bad. So you knew it was. You wanted attention. There's no way it's not that way.
Yeah. It wasn't like something like he said something, like something slipped out. Oh, I wasn't thinking. It was like he filmed it. He like edited
for 16
hours. He probably watched it over again, and he was like, "Yeah, green light. Go ahead and post it." Like that. All of that happened, and he didn't think a single time this is really wrong and we shouldn't do this. And then he monetized the apology video,
which got 17 million views or something
17 million views.
Yeah, and he's still plugging his merch in those videos and like growing his fan base from all of that. and
He's
still
gotten more
profiting from it.
subscribers.
Yeah.
And that's like his fan base
Our children.
isn't old enough to have credit cards, which means that the parents are either okay with what their kids are seeing or they're not paying attention to what their kids are watching.
Exactly.
And they're like, yeah, sure, I'll buy the clothes for this person you're idolizing. Sure.
And they'll-
I'll support this person that you're watching that put up a video of a dead body. Sure.
I'm sure they have no idea.
Low gang for
at
life.
all. I'm
Will
sure
you
the
love me
majority
now,
of-
son?
I'm sure the majority of parents are just really negligent and just are like, whatever. It's just some like teen heartthrob.
Well,
but
it's
on
not-
the
Kids
internet
being
now. That's
kids.
what it
I
is
don't think
now.
that it's the word I wouldn't use is negligence, because when you think of online content, you do think maybe my kid shouldn't be going on certain sites, so you place restrictions, but you don't think the mildly handsome Hollywood kid doing videos, funny little videos in little hats with his friends is going to be that kind of toxic, awful shit. So you don't really think about it. You just say, yeah, my kid's going to watch that. And you have other shit to do. You can't constantly be watching what your kid's watching online. So maybe you do buy that kid a shirt, but you're not totally aware of what that kid's doing. I don't think
Yeah.
it's totally on the parents, but there is definitely maybe on Logan's parents as well. What did they raise him to be?
It's on Logan and the kids. It's like, the kids don't know better. The kids are watching this and
Brainwashed.
they're like, I like this. I'm gonna keep watching this. And Logan goes, hey, this is good. Watch this and buy our stuff because you're cool if you buy our stuff. Just like us, we're a low gang. We got each other's back, right? So buy my shirts. And it's like, I want to be in the low gang. Mom, give me your credit card.
Exactly. Did
I
you?
truly
go
wonder
ahead.
where their parents are and all this. Like Logan and Jake Paul's parents, like, do they see this? Like, what are their reactions? I'm sure. Well, their personality must have come from somewhere, so I'm sure whoever raised them must
Parents,
be fine.
you calling the parents assholes?
I'm not necessarily calling the parents assholes because I don't know them.
His parents
I don't know
probably
them
assholes.
at all. But
It looks
They
like they
must
put
have
them
dropped the
into
ball at some
production
point.
at a young age. Otherwise, I don't know why
That's
they're so
true.
comfortable with this. I know that they.
Yeah.
I saw the vines that they did, both of them, and they were in a big fucking house. I know that doesn't contribute to them, but it seems like they don't appreciate anything. They just sort of take everything for granted, and that is sort of just a big part of everything that they do. It's just like throwing fucking toys all over the street in Japan, just messing with people. Why do you do that?
They don't think like a normal
No, they don't.
person thinks. They think in
Sociopaths.
numbers. Like they literally think in. That's why what you're saying with the whole Boogie thing, how he was talking to him. They think in numbers. They don't think, oh, this is going to be disrespectful. They think, I will lose 20 subscribers, but I will gain 200, so it is worth it.
And I'll make $16,000.
Like that's how they think.
Yeah.
yeah, overall, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure this whole controversy has actually been more profitable than not for Logan Paul because his name like spreads everywhere. Everyone's talking about him. This is really a case of there's no such thing as bad publicity, really. Unless you get to the point where he actually commits murder on camera or something, then in that case, I hope something would be done. But who knows? He could just say it's a prank, bro, and get away with it, and no one will ever know.
He's like, I keep calling him an idiot, but he's obviously not stupid enough to. If he was actually stupid, then maybe he wouldn't. I don't know how to describe this. Like, a stupid person would still see that this is like a bad thing to do. It's not just that he's stupid; he's like conniving, and he's got this. He has no filter at all, and not in a cool, edgy way. It's not like savage to be a piece of shit and record somebody's corpse hanging from a tree and then make jokes 2 minutes later. Did you guys watch the video?
I did.
I watched Yaman's
There was a lot
recording
of-
the
It was
video.
so bad.
There was a lot of like just laughing. Just like nobody
him.
at any point was like, I know. Nobody at any point was like, let's put the cameras down or anything serious. Like they like crack a couple jokes before they go, hey, call the police. Like I don't know how your first response is like. It just didn't seem genuine. Like there's something wrong with those people.
It's
Like
just
it makes you think that
disconnected.
the video's fake.
It does.
It makes you think that that person is not a real person because they're not treating him like a real person dead in front of them.
And it's the one moment where they were talking about, like, they're looking at him and they're making a bunch of jokes, and then they turn and they get really serious for a moment, and it's just like, suicide's not a joke, blah, 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 suicide's not a joke, blah, blah, blah. And then they pan over to Logan, this one guy, and Logan's just sort of, like, moving around a little bit, and then
He
the
bursts out laughing. Is that
he starts to laugh, and then the camera guy says, it's like, man, this is weird, or something like that, and then Logan says, it's like, what, you never see a dead body before? and he starts laughing.
No.
And then he starts laughing. Yeah, and then he starts laughing. That's
It's
the
the
moment I was
worst
thinking about.
fucking shit ever. How are you so completely disconnected?
This whole time, even when he's trying to be like quote unquote serious or whatever, which I think is him just trying to save face or whatever.
Oh, I don't know how to process
He's
that.
wearing some stupid Toy Story hat.
It was
That looks
Pikachu.
ridiculous.
It was Pikachu.
No, it was green.
Equally,
Wasn't it?
it was Pikachu. It was equally ridiculous.
Okay,
Though.
whatever. But yeah, he looked just like an idiot, and like his face just says it all. Like his reaction, the whole thing seemed almost unreal to me. That I seriously thought that he had faked this whole thing,
Which would make it worse.
I thought that which would have made it even worse.
It would make it leagues.
I don't know if it would make it worse. That
Yeah,
would mean
it would.
Well, what for him?
For-
that
That he
would
tried
mean
to
that the
pass
person.
off a
That
dead
would mean
body
that there
and stuff.
wasn't. That would mean that there's a person that is alive that we thought was dead.
That's true.
That would mean that
I'm
somebody
talking about
didn't
as
kill
it
themselves.
looks. I just like for somebody who died, who actually died in the suicide fortress that day, and then you're propping up a prop, and there's no way it's fake. There's no way it's fake, right? Have they
he
released
would've-
the identity of the person that killed themselves that day?
No, but I think we would have found out if it was fake by now. That's something I fully expected to hear from him before
I was
his
literally
first
hoping for
response was
that.
out. I
I
was
was
hoping that he
hoping.
would say, "Guys, calm down. It was fake. It was all just set up
It
for the
was
video
just a
or
joke."
whatever."
How
Literally.
do you? How is that funny? Why? How do you possibly in that situation walk up with a camera and you see a person hanging from a tree and not drop it and start sprinting over to see if you can help them?
I'm sure in his mind he thought it would make for good shock factor for his stupid vlog.
That's
I'm
not
sure that's what
the
he was
point.
thinking, that
I'm
he could,
saying,
like,
how
get
is
people
it
to click
not
on it.
about that at all in your brain? How do you not register as like that's a person
Because
who might be dead? Let me go help
he's
them.
a sociopath. He's a sociopath.
Absolutely.
He is, yeah, he is.
Yeah, absolutely
That's,
is.
that's no matter what you're doing. If you find a dead body like that, like if we were, I don't know, playing some kind of, if we were playing the hypotheticals game and we were asking each other hypothetical questions while walking through this forest, and you see a dead body, you don't look at it, laugh, and then go back to the hypothetical question
And turn the camera back around on yourself.
changes. Everything changes when you see a hanging body.
Exactly.
The thing is, I saw a lot of people defending his reaction too by saying, "Oh, it's just gallows
That's how you
humor,"
deal
you know.
with it.
what's
quote unquote.
gallows humor mean?
It's apparently laughing at awful situations as a way of coping with it, which I think is a little iffy in and
I
of
think that was
itself, but-
developed by some insane sociopath who wanted to seem like anything that he did was acceptable.
Yeah, and like I see some idiot people like Mike Cernovich on Twitter saying shit like that. But yeah, no, what Logan Paul did was not gallows humor. Gallows humor would have been, I don't know, him laughing, but then maybe like apologizing for it, saying like, "I'm so sorry, I don't even know how to react right now." But he was
I don't even
he just
know
went
what to
on
do,
and said,
yeah.
what he said while he was laughing made it even worse. He's like, "Oh, what? You haven't seen a dead body before?" Like he was actively making jokes. It wasn't like him just reacting. He was actively making jokes, treating the situation terribly, handling everything in the worst way possible. I'm sure, I would at least hope someone in his little posse was like, "Yo, what the fuck? This is like kind of weird. Not okay."
They all seemed like even they couldn't. It was like they were all grinning and smiling in the
laughing.
background
They were
as if
laughing.
they. It's just that's so weird.
Yeah, I don't.
That's so weird.
I'm curious
It's
to know
hard
if
to
they
believe.
all are just sociopathic robots who don't feel anything, or if they were all just going along with it because Logan Paul is their boss or whatever. Like, not necessarily his boss,
Probably
but
both.
a little bit of both. Their boss, and that they still want to seem cool in his eyes or whatever the hell. They don't want to be a party pooper or whatever. But in this situation, obviously, someone should have stepped up to do the right thing. No one did, and here we are, exposing all of them. So yeah,
I don't think it should just be on that Logan though. It should be on every single person who's in that video who's laughing their fucking asses off while some
Every
certainly,
person that's not in the video that saw it before it went up and
find
didn't
their
say
names.
this is a bad
please,
idea.
because they need to be fucking.
the editors and
held accountable for this.
producers.
Everyone that was like everyone that cut this and they were like, "This is okay, yeah, go ahead and put it up. I got the editing all done and good for you, Mr. Logan."
I put in that
There
quack
you go.
noise when you cursed after you made fun of the dead body. I put that up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you were making fun of the dead body. I put that up there.
Imagine
good.
being the editor who had to blur the dead guy's
Who was
face.
paid to blur.
Paid to, like, imagine Logan Paul being like, "Hey, so in this vlog, there's a dead guy hanging from a tree. If you could blur his face for me, that'd be super. So
they
we
had a
don't get
conversation about how
demonetized.
much they thought was worth showing and how much they could show. They had a conversation about that, but they didn't have a conversation that centered around the fact that they couldn't post any of that. What a fucking pile of miserable pieces of shit. Scum-sucking assholes. How the fuck do you operate in society? Obviously very well.
Yeah.
Never mind. They're doing very well for themselves.
If I was that editor, I just would have left my job on the spot. That is insane.
What if- oh,
Unless he
listen,
only hires
what if-
sociopaths. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's how you only hire people that comply. But
That's
like,
true.
what if the editor was like, Logan was like, "There's a dead body in this," and the editor was like, "Okay, so I'll just cut out all the scenes where you show it, right?" And he was like, "No, we'll just blur it." And the editor's like, "You want me to? Oh, okay, I'll just blur the whole body so no one can see. I'll put like a black bar over it." And he's like, "No.
Just his
Put,
face.
like a light blur so you could kind of see through it and do just the face."
How do
You
you...
You want to hear a pretty sad and probably infuriating comparison? Do you guys know the book and movie Stand By Me by Stephen King?
Is that where they find the dead body? They go looking for
Yeah,
the dead
so
body
it's
and
you
find
might
it?
be
I haven't
familiar
seen
with it because of the, like Family Guy did a spoof of it. But yeah, these kids basically go wandering in the woods along the train tracks, and they're all best friends. And a major plot point of the story is that they find a dead body.
No, they
And it's
leave
this-
to go see a dead body. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Oh, is
they're
that-
looking
okay,
for the
okay.
body, right?
Okay, I
thought-
see. And obviously, they grow from that experience and stuff. It's very dramatic, and the ending of the book is like, at the end, we anonymously tipped off the police, blah blah blah, and then I saw a tweet that was similar to this, where "Stand by me, we grew from this experience, blah blah blah," and then in 2018, Logan Paul. Whoa, guys! It's a dead body hanging from a tree. But suicide is bad, okay? And we're gonna raise awareness so this video is gonna be demonetized. But haven't you ever seen a dead body before? Like, what?
Do you
So, yeah,
guys not...
That's how far we've fallen.
Is it okay to make a reaction video about this shit?
I mean, where you
Nah.
don't show the video, yeah.
I think
We
I mean,
don't show
isn't that
audio?
what we're doing? We're reacting.
it's good.
we're
you
we're
can do-
literally
But
making a
you
reaction
monetize
podcast.
it, I don't know. The whole thing just makes me feel gross.
No, I think you can absolutely.
can do
Things
that,
like
yeah.
Raina Scully's video talking about why it was wrong, and Boogie's video.
No, not
explaining,
those.
like-
I'm talking about the dude who's sitting in a chair and like showing his face and then cracking jokes alongside and just.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely awful. That's awful.
I don't like that. I don't like
Like a
that at all.
typical reaction style video. No, that's bullshit. That's a clear cut profiteering from a controversy, and
That's what's her name was accused of, Raina, whatever. I don't know her name.
that's bullshit. Well, they were. Yeah, but what she was saying is she was making an actual point.
What
She
was her
wasn't
tone like though?
incredibly sad because she's Japanese and she was trying to explain why that
Culture.
forest is actually she was trying to explain the cultural aspect of it and why it was so disrespectful. She was providing valuable insight. Whereas Patrick, what you're getting at is people that do traditional like reaction style videos.
A guy
where
who's wearing
you're watching
headphones
it.
like
Yeah.
this and then watching
Stupidly
and go
just
like,
watching something and being like, oh, that's cool. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's like some idiot with like your mouth gaping open watching something on a screen, which is the laziest kind of video you can possibly fucking make. So videos like that are awful, but videos like Raina's and Boogie's are good and I think are important to furthering the conversation.
Mm.
But that's just my opinion.
No, you're probably right about that. I didn't see her video, but if she has like if she has things to say about it that are constructive and saying like the reasons why this was going on, rather than just saying is making a bunch of stupid jokes. It's just maybe that's fine because you're making fun of Logan and blah blah blah. But just the idea that you're making a video that might also get 1 million views or whatever, and you're gonna monetize that, and just coming off the back of the video originally is about a guy who killed himself in the woods by himself because he didn't want to be alive anymore. What the fuck? How do you just go like, yep, I'm gonna upload that? No, I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's a clear line and
Maybe
context
it's
is
just
key,
like
obviously.
degrees of separation. You feel comfortable doing that, but I couldn't.
Well, so you're saying you wouldn't monetize any video?
Never in 1,000
And
years.
it
Are you
is-
kidding me? No.
Yeah,
Especially
well,
if
I
it
know
was
Phil-
like if you're putting suicide in the tags and you're saying is like, I'm gonna monetize this. What kind of monster do you think you are?
I know Philip DeFranco didn't monetize his story talking about it. I don't know if Raina and Boogie did.
Surely you
wasn't
could.
paying attention.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't
Why
know.
would you
Well,
want to
someti-
make money off of that and have that be your flagship of thing, like to get profit?
Well, isn't that how news stations work?
I know, but I also
Isn't that
think
how
that's
news
bad.
stations work?
I also think that's bad.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, in the news stations, it's, as a news person and who has insight into this, it's not like you can turn off demonetization because you've already sold ad spots and stuff. And if you get rid of that,
But
that does a lot of
you know
creates a lot of issues.
you know that when they're covering some super intense, like if there's like an active shooter on some campus and there's like a helicopter like recording it all, they'll run an ad every 10
Yeah, they
seconds purposefully because they know more people are watching.
And that's the part of it, because I don't know. If it was
Profiting off tragedy.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily.
if another video
That is the
if
case.
another video
That is the case.
I don't. Maybe it's
sorry,
just
go on,
degrees of
Patrick.
separation. I keep saying that, but like, if this person died in the woods, some idiot took a video of it, and now you're the third sort of connection in that. I don't know. That's too close. I can't do that. No. Maybe I'm just a giant pussy or something.
I think it's fair to call. If my connection to that chain is me calling it out and saying this is awful, this is why, and explaining, and having a conversation about an actual productive conversation about things like mental health and the culture surrounding this stuff, like the high suicide rate in Japan or why people view this forest in the way they do, et cetera, et cetera. That's fine. And I think it's probably more tasteful to not monetize it.
It's not just tasteful.
Obviously.
Just shouldn't it give you some kind of gross feeling? Is that
Yeah.
possible for anybody anymore?
Yeah.
Or are we all just desensitized completely?
No, I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't think people should monetize it.
Or is it the eventual path of humanity that we all sort of just become desensitized because there's access to videos of all the things that you consider taboo or awful, and eventually everybody will have witnessed something or other in some level, and eventually nobody considers anything taboo, and it's all just considered normal. And maybe
funny
one day
because-
this will just be the regular kind of video, somebody wandering into the suicide forest, taking a video, and it getting monetized without any trouble.
It's funny because there's a Black Mirror episode that just came out with the new season that kind of
Can't watch
is
that
similar
show.
to some of.
I don't know what is it about. What is it like?
Yeah, I mean,
what
do you
genre is it?
understand what the premise of the Twilight Zone is?
No.
Okay, so never mind.
That's not at all what
Basically,
it is.
Black Mirror and the Twilight Zone are similar in that they're anthology series, meaning every episode is a different story with different characters,
Okay.
exploring a different concept or whatever. Think of it like as a loose collection of short films.
I thought you were going to
there's-
say that it was like similarly portrayed. I was like, no, it is not at all. It's so much worse.
No, so yeah, Black Mirror is obviously worst case scenario stuff most of the time.
Like,
But there is an episode where a mother puts this chip inside of her daughter to track her and see what she sees. She does this when she's very young, like 3 years old, because it's a great parenting tool. It makes things so much easier, so they can never get lost, basically. And there's this other part where somehow by measuring brain chemicals, this chip can blur out anything that might be potentially stressful or disturbing. So you see this girl going through life, her whole life, having any stressful or violence or things like that blurred out. So she's never seen a dead body. She's never seen blood. She can't even see her own blood. She's can't see any porn or anything like that. It's crazy. And then halfway through the episode, her chip gets turned off, or her mom decides to turn it off, and then this kid at her school is like, all right, so this is porn, and this is a video of a guy getting his head shot off by terrorists, and then
Jesus.
like this is a guy like having his arm eaten by like fucking coyotes or some shit, and she's just watching it like intently like on this iPad and just being like, this is all fucking like insane. So just that, I don't know, that like is an interesting thing where you have this person who's never seen anything before, and then they're all of a sudden just brutally exposed to all of it, but they don't even know how to make sense of it because it doesn't mean anything to them. But now we have this generation where they
It's the
see shit
opposite.
all the time, where they process it, but they don't think it's a big deal.
It's being
you know?
desensitized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to make it political, but isn't that how the whole like the Twitter thing would like? It's like what Trump tweeted something obscene on Twitter, and now it's like a daily thing,
Yeah.
and
You
it's
get
like,
tired.
oh, I guess that's how the
absolutely.
president works.
Yeah, we've been with the antics of the president and things like that. We have been absolutely, I see this all the time, conditioned to accept things that would have been unthinkable 2 or 3 years ago. Can you imagine Barack Obama or anyone like that calling out athletes for protesting, or calling his former like employees or staff members like sloppy Steve Bannon, or like threatening war with North Korea on Twitter or whatever? Like, that's just insane. Like, and obviously they're two very different people, but still the point stands. That is no way to conduct yourself when you're the leader of the free world. So, and now we're just kind of used to it and just roll with it, and we're like,
Does he
whatever.
understand how nuclear bombs work?
I
Do you
would
think he
wish I could
does?
say
Do you think he
yes.
has any grasp of how mutually assured destruction?
He has to.
He can't
That's such a
possibly
I think he
simple.
understand
doesn't.
There's no way.
I think he really thinks it's like a dick measure.
Either maybe
contest.
he doesn't, or maybe he's just really betting on the fact that North Korea doesn't have any access to those kinds of weapons. But they're obviously getting close. So how's he comfortable with
No, they
doing
already
that?
do have access.
He has.
I think-
He's got to have some kind of self-preservation at least. He doesn't have a bunker he can go in that's like will withstand a nuclear blast. Maybe he does.
He definitely does.
I would assume he does.
The
Yeah.
president definitely does. I think his ego is just so large that he is not willing to back down from whatever threats North Korea throws at him. This is all talk.
Maybe he only
we've
says
never
that
seen-
he does not. He doesn't say that to any other country that is close to having nuclear weapons or has nuclear weapons. Why do you think that is? Because he knows he maybe thinks that there's no actual threat with North Korea, so he knows there's a fight he can win.
Well, yeah, it would. Yeah, but North Korea is
That is the
also
riskiest-
actively.
It's such a stupid
threatening
thing to risk
us right now.
as a president. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and no one's stopping him. This is another great example of having good people around you to make sure you don't make dumb mistakes. In the case of Logan Paul and now the president, no one stops them from making terrible decisions constantly. So now we're left with the consequences and ramifications of Logan Paul on a much smaller scale and Donald Trump on possibly the biggest scale imaginable. So, and that's the thing, like this kind of gets back to Gallows humor. I am like laughing at that to sort of cope with like the reality we're living in. Because like,
Could
can you imagine crying every time I'm saying like, haha, like the president like threatened nuclear war again, like, and just having a breakdown every time?
Well,
like,
it's not that. It would be like if you just read on the news, a missile will be here in 30 seconds. We're gonna die.
Yeah,
Or I don't know
that's
how. I don't know how
entirely
much time
different.
we would have.
This is like
I have no idea how much.
we're talking about somebody joking about nuclear bombs. That's a separation.
People say things on Twitter all
but
the
being
time.
in the missile silo when one flies out and then going like, haha, this is great. That's different. That's probably what you're talking about.
That's completely different. Yeah. How do you think he would? How could he live with himself if he somehow started a nuclear
I'm
war
almost certain that he
and
wouldn't
got
care.
millions of people
I'm
killed?
almost certain he wouldn't care. He would blame it on someone else.
I'm sure he would find. Yeah, exactly. He would blame it on.
He wouldn't give a fuck. He would not give a fuck. We have the most unempathetic person in the office in the world. We have a Jake Paul in the office. He doesn't give a shit. Or Logan Paul, whatever his
He's
name
like
is.
he's looking at like numbers. He's like, we'll lose 3 million people.
What is it that he
but
said
they'll lose 4.
during his campaign?
even-
I could walk
yeah.
out on a Congress Avenue and shoot somebody. And
He
I still
could
wouldn't
walk
lose
out in
voters.
Times Square, yeah, shoot someone in the head, and yeah, he wouldn't lose voters. Which
Was
I
that a
think is
knock
kind
at
of true.
the stupidity of the people who like him?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, but they would never know
Yeah,
because they're
They're
too
like,
stupid.
dude, yeah, guns rights.
I'd love to see him. I'd love to see that actually be put to the test, like have him murder someone on camera, and I'd love to see the mental gymnastics
was
some
fake.
people would
It was
do.
fake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fake news.
I'm sure some
it was
people would
obviously
say
edited.
like, it was obviously just CGI. Like, this is ridiculous. Obviously, this is just the fake news trying to divide us again or whatever. And I could see people, probably people in the administration saying like, no, the president shot that man because he was threatening him. It was self-defense. Yada yada. Whatever spin they want to throw on it.
And then and then the president would be like, "No, I shot him because I wanted to, and I knew I would get away with it." And then his administration's like, "No, hey, shut your. It was self-defense."
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. We're fucking.
We should change the subject.
Yeah,
let's talk about something.
Can I talk about
What's
nuclear
happier?
bombs for a second?
Go for it, dude.
Yeah, that seems
I said
happier.
the phrase "mutually assured destruction," and
Yep.
I'm not trying to be like Science Man, Captain Intelligence, but to the people who don't know what that means, I don't ever say that myself. But
It's okay
mutually
to talk about
assured
things.
destruction is if one nuclear missile is launched, then all of them are getting launched. There's no situation in which one person fires their nukes and everybody else doesn't. If one person, one government, sends up a nuke, we detect that, we fire our nuke in exchange, all the nukes go up, we all die.
A bunch of other governments detect it, and they launch their nukes, and it's a chain reaction.
There's no such thing as a nuclear deterrent. It's just, we all lose, no matter what. That's what mutually assured destruction is. And it's depressing. So that's why I think it's so stupid to joke about nukes. You
should understand that it's like a horrible idea, but it's the only reason nukes haven't gone off.
It's because
yet,
we
right?
all have
it's,
nukes.
It's the idea. It's because we all have nukes. It's because if one goes off, they all go off, and that's the only thing keeping one from going off. If that makes sense, it's kind of like a loop or something.
So, what is it that Carl Sagan? Maybe it was Carl Sagan. He said that the nuclear
tiny blue dot.
That's also a good quote. But the nuclear arms race is like two men standing in waist deep in gasoline holding a match, and the other one striking another match and holding it above him. Like, I've got two matches now. We're both gonna die now. Like, it's so stupid. They're the most destructive weapons. We don't need them, but we have them because other people have them. We're the most distrusting species ever. We don't deserve any of the stuff that we have. We're such shitty animalistic people, and we consider ourselves so intelligent and so above everything, but we are so brutal and so terrible. Fuck Logan Paul.
It's like everyone. You don't want to be the one. Everyone in the bar, let's pretend this is a Western. Everyone in the saloon is pointing guns at each other. You definitely don't want to be the one guy in the saloon
who doesn't
have a gun pointed.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. It's deterrence. You need a nuclear weapon just to be like, hey, I've got a nuclear weapon, so don't fuck with me. Don't push me around.
Here's a hypothetical for the both of you. I think I've asked you this, guys, more than once. But you're the U.S. or you're some sovereign nation. You've got nukes. Your other nation has fired theirs. They're incoming
at us.
If you do nothing, your entire country will die. But you have time to send up your nukes and assure that both countries will be destroyed, as in your enemies and yourselves. What do you do?
So, this is me removing myself from any sense of nationalism that would drive me to see the blood of my enemies.
I think I'm going to agree with you. I know what you're going to say.
Purely, ethically, and thinking about this like a rational, sane human being, I am not going to send my nukes up because there are millions and millions of regular citizens, I'm assuming, in the other country, and they do not deserve to lose their lives because their government or whomever made a decision to send nukes out. So no, I would rather spare those people and potentially
Save
have the world go on.
half the world.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In doing nothing, you've saved half the world. And I think vengeance barrages is so dumb because even if like Florida was the only state to survive, even a little piece of the United States was the only ones to survive, they wouldn't, prosper anymore if Russia was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to be Florida now. I mean, that's it. I'm just saying there's no point to destroying the entire world. I like that hypothetical. I was asked that by my astronomy teacher.
Very shitty hypothetical.
No, it's fun.
Like a very shitty situation.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, damn,
not the
like
hypothetical.
fucking
very
idiot.
fucking
It's
stupid
like
hypothetical.
there's no right answer.
There isn't a right answer, but there is a right answer, and I think I just answered it.
Yeah.
There is no right answer.
I think
So you think the
ideally,
right answer was to be everybody dies?
Do you think there is no right answer means that the other answer was right, Patrick?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I said there's no right answer, and you're like, oh, so you're saying it's the other answer?
No, there is a right answer.
Okay,
Yes,
we're not
there
gonna
is.
get into this
You don't
fucking
launch your nuke.
philosophical.
There's no good ending here.
We're not doing
There's
a
a happier
philosophical right or
ending.
right. Okay.
In which
Yes.
It's
some
not
people
happy, though.
survive. Do you really think the best option is that everybody dies?
No, but half the people dying isn't a good option either.
No,
Sure,
It's
it's
one or the
better,
other.
but-
I think you're right in saying there's no happy endings, but saying there's no right answers is incorrect.
Okay, all right, fair enough. There's no happy ending.
No blowjobs.
Okay.
Or is that a hand job? I can't remember.
You don't know the difference
not
between a
both?
blowjob and a hand job?
When you're talking about happy endings,
He doesn't know what happy ending. I don't
Oh.
think happy ending specifies which
I think
one.
it has to do with massages, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think it specifies which sexual
I
act
feel like
you will receive.
either way, you're going to be pretty happy in the end.
I would hope so.
If you have a penis, I don't know.
Why you gotta have a penis? Huh? Wait, what? Huh?
Because that's what a blowjob. Typically, when you're giving a woman oral, it's not called a blowjob.
Yeah, but a happy ending doesn't necessarily
Hey, babe.
imply blowjob.
Let me give you a blowjob. Oh my god. All right, should we wrap this up? We're getting to
Whoa, are we?
an hour or whatever.
An
Hour
hour?
10. Hour 10.
We're not going to stop
Hour
at an
11.
hour. What are you, crazy?
I said we're not an hour. I said we're like an hour 10, hour 11.
So?
It takes us like 4 minutes to wrap up.
No, it doesn't.
Literally, it always does because Patrick's like,
literally every
wait.
single episode.
You're like, wait.
And Patrick's like, guys, I'm ready to wrap up, and then you'll do your whole bit, and like right before you go goodbye, Patrick goes, hang on, dude, I want to share this other story of this
because
chick
you
I
put
banged at this
pressure on me to
awesome party
remember.
I went to because I'm a model.
So Sydney has sent us regarding Patrick's love for bread. Please don't hate me. I know it's poorly made. And she sent us this picture of my face edited onto some person saying I love bread, and that's really good.
Can you put it up to the Skype call
That was very fun.
or send it to me? I
on
guess
the
you
Instagram,
knocked down your
Patrick.
pop filter. You look at me like I knocked down your pop
No, it
filter.
was more like a Seinfeld look to. I don't know if Seinfeld looks at the camera, but
No, they don't look at the camera. I'm not gonna be able. Never mind. Just send it to me.
It's on our Instagram.
That looks like the
Feel
kid
free
from
to go
Everybody
check
Hates
that out.
Chris.
I think it's Weird Al. Isn't it Weird Al?
It could be Weird Al as well.
it doesn't
Yes.
look like it is.
Those are two very different people. I was just saying
Or no,
the kid from
it's-
Everybody Hates Chris
oh.
because
Isn't that Oprah?
It might be.
I need to do like a reverse image search on this. I need to figure this out.
You're gonna come up with more pictures of me.
That's true. I just need to make more pictures of Patrick. That's what my Photoshop skills should go towards. Okay. Well, I guess just to tell people about my North Carolina barbecue trip. That was fun.
No, I think we're good.
yeah, we could wrap this up. Yeah.
That's just what I wanted.
We should also mention to people that our podcast will now be going up on
Yep.
YouTube. Every episode will be going up on YouTube. So if you don't want to watch it on iTunes or not Spotify, SoundCloud or whatever, you can watch it on YouTube.
It's still not going to
Yeah.
be much of
Give it
a
a listen.
visual element. I know that Pena, I just sent a link. Oh, fuck. I forgot to plug her as
Yes,
well.
we-
She sent us this
Yeah,
really
we
cool
got
thing.
the DM. Yo, it's
I
Jessica.
have to get to the produce account. Oh, wait, it's already logged in. Okay. Instagram user Yo It's Jessica sent us, since Alex mentioned waveforms in the last episode, thought this might be of interest. And it's a link
is
to
really
a software, I believe, that will turn audio from anything into a little waveform that shows all the little, like when you have those songs with a YouTube video and it's like I'm on the edge right now. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a very bad description,
Anyways,
but I know what you're talking
It
about
was
because I'm
awful,
looking at
but
it.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you to Yo It's Jessica on Instagram. This is exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm going to toy with this for the video we're going to upload tomorrow when the
Did
pod
we
goes up.
talk about
Don't do it.
what is it that you think I'm gonna bring up?
Well, my North Carolina barbecue trip was a lot of fun, guys. Ate a lot of great barbecue. Learned out.
What is it that you
learned
thought I was
that
gonna bring
there's-
up?
I learned that there's two different kinds of barbecue in this world. There's vinegar base and then your typical sweet style barbecue sauce. Learned that I'm much more of a fan of the traditional barbecue sweet style. More of a pulled pork man myself. So if you like brisket, I'm not your guy to ask about that. But pulled pork is my specialty. And if you're ever in Raleigh, North Carolina, go to the Pits because that is some of the best and cheapest barbecue I've ever had in my life. And that is my review of my North Carolina barbecue trip. It was a blast. And I hope to see you guys next year when I do my next barbecue trip. This has been Alex's barbecue trip roundup.
Okay, so there's another one that I'm not sure that we mentioned. I'm not sure that we mentioned, but even if we had already, I just want to be thorough. Sorry, I'm on a roll with these really funny, interesting things that I want to bring up, Alex. Sorry. Anyway, it's from McKaylee. I don't want to say her last name. Hey, I really love y'all's podcast. I missed Yam in these past episodes, but I'm glad he's back. I'm in the process.
We definitely already brought this up.
Shut up.
I'm
just saying it just to be thorough. And
we did
we
this.
brought
process of drawing him and
We
Alex,
did this.
but for now, have this. Keep up the good work. And it's a drawing of me.
Who
You just
drew
wanted
me?
to
Who
bring it
drew
up
the
again because it's a
rapper
drawing of
me?
you.
Who do the what?
I don't think we gave the shout out to the guy that drew me. The
The little,
was it Picasso?
probably, yeah. Hold on. It was Noodle Bun Art again. He drew.
She's great. He or she.
They do
They are
really
great.
good
They
work.
are very, very good at drawing. And they drew Yaman in both gangster and non-gangster forms.
That's a joke because there is no non-gangster Yaman. That'll be all, folks.
trying to be
I'll see you
funny,
next
And that's really good.
time.
Interesting.
Anything else?
I'm just waiting for Patrick to stop looking at whatever he's looking at.
Why? Do you have something to... What is it that you thought I was going to bring up that you were worried about me saying?
I was just joshing you. I didn't give a shit, actually.
You're going to...
Get pranked.
Get
Get
pranked,
trolled. Get joshed.
bro. We should bring... We keep saying we're going to do this, but we never do this. But we should bring Kalina on next pod.
I think we've said that once.
No, we've talked about...
Maybe twice.
Yeah, I think in the group chat it was mentioned
I feel like
time.
as soon as she gets on... How would she record with you?
Same way you record with Yaman sometimes, using the same mic.
Yeah, but you'd have to use... Never mind. You guys can figure that
You
out.
have to share
Have fun.
headphones. Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
you can figure it out, but you're probably gonna have to share headphones.
That's fine. There's worse things in the world. But yeah, could be fun. Could be a good time. I just want a fucking guest on this goddamn podcast.
It doesn't
Because-
need one.
It doesn't need a guest.
You
I know.
think about it like it's like necessary as if we're not sufficient.
I really don't think...
He's
I think
like,
you're
he's
just
like,
sort
we
of-
need somebody
I
talented
think
on
you're
this
just moving
fucking
too
show.
quickly. I think we need to establish a base of our own of more than like 20.
Why do you think I'm moving too quickly, Patrick? We've been together for, what, 6 months now? Is that not good enough for you to commit to me?
Oh, it's a
Is that
relationship
not good
show.
enough for you to say that you love me? I'm just trying to introduce new and exciting things into our relationship, and it seems a lot like I'm the one more committed than you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna use stretching.
No, I was just like,
You can feel the
never
heat in the
mind.
air.
I should stop trying to be. I should try to stop being funny.
most
on
I
people
just
the
think it's
should.
interesting,
webcam,
Patrick, that
'cause
when
they
you
can't
talk
see
to other
it.
people, you don't introduce me to them as your boyfriend. You
Why
know?
would I do that?
Like, I don't think you like publicly really acknowledge what we have.
I'm gonna put this podcast on a resume
You could.
Are you actually?
for something completely irrelevant. Yes.
You could
Oh,
put it
that's
as
good.
media organizer.
It's on my
or some
resume.
Stupid.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm sure it might be relevant for you. I'm gonna like apply for like something
Game design.
that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, that has nothing to do with podcasts at all. But I'm gonna put this.
I
on
would
there
say
just
you
to
could
make
put this
myself
on
seem
a
interesting.
job for a carpentry job, and they would be like, "Is it successful?" And then be like, "Yeah."
Wait, Yaman, what are you
I
applying
think-
for? I'm curious.
No, I'm not applying for anything. But like, as soon as I do, this is like the top of the resume. It's gonna be above my name.
So I was on Tinder, and
Here we go.
some
Another
some
Tinder
lady
story.
messaged me, and I guess I wasn't around to get the message, so she messaged me at like 5 or whatever, and then a couple hours went by because I was at the gym and I was taking some things, taking care of some things, some like errands, and then I got back and I was messing with my phone and I saw that I got another message, so I opened it, and little do you know, she called me a bitch and said I should have responded sooner. You missed out on my opportunity or something like that, and then she unmatched me.
Damn. You didn't even...
I don't even know
Get a
who this person
chance.
was, so
Yeah.
I really feel like
I would
missed
love
out.
to just talk to her to just be like,
Those
Hey,
kinds of people are so
totally.
annoying. They think that you're out to get
Oh
them.
man, there was okay. I don't know how relevant or interesting this story is gonna be, but I was playing Smite with a friend of mine.
already disinterested.
Okay.
We were
podcast.
playing 3v3, and it was me, my friend, and a random online. Okay, in Smite, you have abilities. The abilities have a cooldown, approximately like 5 to 10
Yes.
seconds. Okay, somebody, the third guy on our team, used an ability that stuns the enemy, and I my abilities were on cooldown, so I couldn't attack him. So he got angry that I didn't, attack the enemy while he was stunned, and he just ran in circles for like half an hour until the game ended. We invited him to the party, expecting him to be a like 6-year-old. This was some like 30-year-old man yelling. It wouldn't let you talk. Like you would think he was 9. it blew my mind how people like he thought I was out to get him, and I was like, as soon as he joined, I was like, my abilities were on cooldown, and he was just yelling,
Bruh.
like just blaring.
Wait, why did you invite him to the party?
I wanted to know why he was so.
Morbid
I
curiosity,
found it
honestly.
hard to believe that because I didn't attack an enemy that one time, because in Smite you can't leave the game. There's like harsh penalties for games
So
like
he
that.
just
if you
ran
just
around?
leave. So he ran in circles so he wouldn't get kicked from the game, and then afterwards I invited him to see why, and I was really expecting him to join.
Being like a
and he was gonna
9-year-old?
sound like, "Hey man, you didn't kill the guy when I told you," and he was like, just like
Did
a
he have a
30-year-old,
southern
like,
accent?
neck beard, like no.
Oh,
he
I
didn't.
love those
He
guys.
was. I don't want to assume his race, but he sounded a certain race, and he was just so. I don't know. He was like loud and obnoxious. Like he was just saying the same thing over and over again, really loud, so you couldn't get a chance
What
to
race
talk.
was he?
Like a 10-year-old. He sounded like a black guy, but I don't know.
You know who
I
else
can't-
sounds like a black guy but isn't?
Me.
Video game donkey. No.
He doesn't,
It doesn't
sound black
sound.
at all.
Are you-
Donkey?
Video game
He
donkey?
doesn't sound black.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
That's like the running
Black is not-
joke. There's literally a joke on his channel.
In the comments. I don't know. Not for him though.
Not all jokes are funny.
What the fuck are we even on about at this point?
Sounds like you just got dethroned as the
Rick
podcast
rolled.
king. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Is that,
Yeah, no one
does
fucking
that just
knows.
happen?
Was you?
Okay. I'm gonna put a lid. I'm gonna lift my lid up. Gonna bring it over. Gonna put it on this pot, and in this pot is the podcast. I'm gonna put a lid on it. We're gonna stop right here. I want to go play The Witcher.
Man, we ended on a really bad
What the
note.
fuck are you talking about?
The last like 10 minutes have just been horrible.
Well, the first hour was just us complaining about how stupid humanity is.
It is stupid.
This was a bad episode. I really liked last episode. This was not.
Sad.
I thought this was a good episode.
Well, it wasn't going to be good
I'm very
anyway. It was just going to
optimistic.
be us yelling about some fucking 13-year-old in the body of
I
a
think that
23.
makes
Yeah,
really good
but
content.
didn't we choose to do that though? Couldn't we have just avoided it altogether?
I don't know
I think-
if I could have possibly.
I don't
not
think it's
brought
that
it up.
deep. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
you're
that
right.
deep. I think
Don't you think we could have not talked about it for 45
We
minutes?
didn't
though?
just
didn't
talk
talk
about
about
that.
it
We
for
first talked
30
about
minutes,
ghost
though.
stories.
yeah.
No, we talked about it for like half
That's
an
true.
hour. At
And then we
least.
talked
That's
about
fine.
nuclear annihilation.
I mean, I just feel like there were a lot of facets to it that we had to cover, and I think we did a good job. So, I think this
Sorry,
was a good
audience. I'm apologizing because I know you hated it.
episode. Low gang for life. That's all I have to say.
Logan for life.
That's true, though.
I don't know, man. The video was savage.
Oh, shut up.
That's all I have
And
to say.
And he blurred the face, so I'm fine with it. Whatever. I'm gonna keep throwing my money
It's
at
the
him.
same thing with like because I'm sure everybody who's listening to this has like been hearing about Logan Paul their entire week or however long the video thing happened, however long this has been going on.
Yeah, earlier
So
in the
they're
week.
sort of oversaturated, and now that they're hearing about it on some maybe podcast, they just wanted to
Okay.
unwind and listen to us. Yeah,
Yeah, and then we got political after that.
I don't think it really matters when you're talking about Trump. It's not politics. He's just a fucking idiot, and people who like him are fucking stupid. I don't have any problems if you're talking about Trump in a bad way. He's a fucking idiot. If you
remember
actually
the
like
first
Trump,
episode-
feel free to walk out the door. I have no thing to tell
Yeah.
you.
I remember the very first episode of this podcast. You made it very clear that we were not to get political, not say anything bad about Trump.
I think
And then
I
that your
phrased
tune
that wrong.
changed very quickly.
for a good reason. You gave a good
I
reason.
said that
Yeah.
it was just we talked about it
you
too
made
much,
sense.
and there's almost at
Yeah,
some
and then it gets
boring
boring.
to say that he's a fucking idiot over and over again. I'll say that till the end of the day, but you can hate him and he can be a monster, but do you want to hear that in every single thing that you listen to? No, I've said it enough already.
and that's why. Yeah, and that's why I was kind of upset
Well,
with
we'll
this
just
podcast,
delete it
'cause we
and we
literally
won't
went
post
from
anything this week.
Yeah, let's just fucking
no,
re-record, Yaman. We're just gonna do that shit where we re-record Saturday mornings.
Are you
stressed
using the
out.
right mic? Using the right mic, Alex?
shit!
let
You
me
using the right
see.
mic?
Oh no, actually, I've been
Ah.
recording through Fruit by the Foot this entire time.
Through a potato.
A fruit by the foot.
All right, quick. Let's end it now before we get
Yeah.
depressing again.
Okay.
I
I almost
That's a good
exited
note.
the call. I was like, that's not how you end.
Whoa,
Bye.
whoa, relax.
All right.
Jeez.
Podcast is over.
All right.
Thanks again for listening, guys. Don't fucking stop
Yeah,
yet.
he has to say
Gotta
bye.
say my
Come
shit.
on.
Gotta say
Can,
goodbye.
wait,
Gotta
no.
take
Let
a
me do
shit.
the outro. So
No, I gotta.
shut up.
Okay, fine.
No, let me do it.
I'll fucking.
If you
kill
have
the
anything,
whole family.
shut up. And if
Put
you
a ladder up to your
shut the
window and
fuck
fucking
up.
break in your fucking house.
If you have anything you want to tell us, prudedudes@gmail.com or prudedudes on Instagram or prudedudes on Twitter. My person.
If you want to tell me specifically, my Twitter is the best place to reach me because I do not have access
What's your
to
Twitter?
that email. I don't know. Alex always
Ramen
says
At
Yaman?
it's underscore Yaman.
Oh, at it's underscore
at
Yaman.
it's underscore
Mine's,
Yaman.
Patrick Charlton 5 on Twitter. My Instagram is Patrick William Charlton. I don't know what Alex's stuff is.
My Twitter is at AlexPenna97 and at AlexGP97 on Instagram. Make sure you give us a good rating on iTunes because we've surprisingly been getting a shit ton of those. So keep it up, guys. You're doing great. Soon enough, I'm sure we'll beat like fucking what's a popular podcast?
You know what?
people like?
I actually looked up in the alphabetically. We're really close to the Pro ZD podcast, the one he does.
Oh shit, he's a podcast.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty
That's
great.
dope.
It's
Okay.
pretty good stuff.
All right, guys, keep liking our stuff so we can outrank ProZD
It wasn't
on
a
the
ranking.
iTunes
It
charts.
was alphabetically.
I'm just saying there's still
How
rankings.
you
Literally means
gonna? Is our
nothing. Why
name
did
gonna
you bring it
change?
up?
So
Why
we're
did
the
you bring it
more,
up?
Like lower letter in the alphabet.
I'm talking on a totally different board here, not an alphabetical board, a rankings board.
We're never gonna
where
beat
we have
ProZD.
ratings. I know. I was gonna say, please keep rating us on iTunes so we beat ProZD in about 20 years. That was a joke before you rudely cut me off.
Why? Because he's gonna die in 20 years.
If he doesn't die in 20 years of natural causes, might just
We'll
have to
just
put
have
up a
to
ladder
kill
to his
him.
house
Have
and
to
see what
kill him.
happens.
Is that not where
That's
the
a
joke is
self-fulfilling
going? I don't know.
prophecy
I thought
because
it
you
was-
fulfill it yourself.
Yaman, you become so afraid of trying to avoid killing ProZD that you accidentally killed.
Didn't you
ProZD.
just tell me that
That's
you
how that
make
episode
the
ends.
that I make the outros last forever because I keep fucking bringing up shit and you keep talking? Can we end this already? Jesus Christ!
I can't tell if he's joking. I can't tell. This is where we would yell at him, and then he'd go, "It was a fucking joke. I was just
Let's
joking."
break, bro.
See you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.